to my channel. Today I have a super exciting video. I'm getting my eyebrows microbladed. I've been wanting to do this for years. I've had this appointment booked for almost 2 months. I'm so ready for this. If you don't know what getting your eyebrows microbladed is, it's semi-permanent makeup. So I will not have to fill in my eyebrows every day, hopefully for the next like 3 years. It depends on your skin type. If you have super oily skin or super dry skin, it may not last as long, or you might need to go in for more touch-ups, but hopefully they last as long as possible. I'm at my appointment now and have to go inside, but afterwards I will answer any question that anyone possibly could have about getting your eyebrows microbladed. I've done so much research and I feel like I know exactly what I'm going into because I've watched so many videos, read about so many people's experiences. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys every single detail afterwards, and then I'm also gonna vlog the entire healing process. So I will keep you guys updated. Wish me luck. Hello, it has been about 16.5 hours since my brows were finished. They are way darker now than when she finished my brows, and they're darker than they're gonna be when they're all healed and finished. Peeling and all of that fun healing process. Normally I'm also self-tanned, but I didn't want anything to mess with the microblading process, so I'm super pale right now, which makes my eyebrows look even more bold. But I just want to explain my whole process because when I was researching for videos on microblading before I got them done, most videos were from like 3 years ago or even 4 years ago, and it wasn't about the whole entire process, like every detail I wanted to know. So I thought I would make my own video and help anybody that was in the same position I was. As of right now, I'm so happy I made this decision and invested in getting my eyebrows done because my life is already so much easier. I had class this morning and I didn't have to spend 10 minutes filling in my eyebrows, so that was super exciting. I'm going to go on the website of the place I got my eyebrows done at because that's where all this information is, but you need to prepare before you go get your microblading done. So a few things to know before you get your eyebrows done. You cannot have caffeine within 24 hours of your appointment because it's a natural blood thinner, so you might bleed more. And also no waxing for at least 2 weeks on your eyebrows, and no AHAs, BHAs, or retinols on your skin within 2 weeks before you get them done. Those are super harsh chemicals on your skin and might affect the microblading process. This is all from the place that I got my eyebrows done at, so I'm sure it varies. Just like go on the website or ask your artist when you're booking what to do before you get your eyebrows done. This stuff I had to search for on the website. They didn't even tell me when I booked that there was things that needed to be done or not done before you get them done. I just knew from watching YouTube videos that you should prepare for the appointment, so I just looked it up on the website and I kind of had to dig for it. But yeah, those are just some things to be aware of. Alright, so I'm going to start from the very beginning. So the first thing she did was ask how I want my brows to look, what I liked about my natural brows, what I didn't like, and I just told her I don't like anything. I can't think of anything I like about my natural brows, and sometimes I wear a full face of makeup, sometimes I don't wear any makeup, so I want like a good in-between brow, a little bit fluffier, fuller than my natural brow, and then more of an arch. So basically my natural brows, but enhanced a little bit and way more symmetrical because they were so uneven. So then she took a, I don't know what it is exactly. It was like a string with pigment stuff on it. So she went off the structure of my face and mapped out the brows, and she let me look in a mirror. She asked a lot if there's anything I want to change about them. So after she finished mapping out the brows with the string, it had me look at them. I couldn't really see much. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for. So I just told her that and that they look good to me because I don't exactly know what I'm supposed to be looking for. So after she mapped out the brows and had me look, she then drew the perimeter of one of my brows and had me look in a mirror. And I know that scares some people because it's the perimeter of the brow that she drew on, so they looked a lot bolder. Thank gosh, from watching microblading videos, I knew what to expect, so it didn't freak me out. But she said some people it scares because they look a lot blockier and thicker on your face. But I loved the shape. She had the arch perfect, and the tail of the brow, I loved where it ended. So then the hard part, she had to do the other brow exactly the same, just from me laying down and her drawing the border. So that took forever. She had me sit up, and for like 15 minutes she would look at me and then fix the brow and then back up, look at me, had me smile. She made sure they were identical. I know it's harder with a mask when she can't even see my whole face, so she had me go in the bathroom and pull down my mask and make sure I loved everything. Honestly, the longest process of the microblading is the preparation, at least for me and the girl who did mine. That was the longest process, which I'm fine with because I wanted to make sure that they were gonna look really good and how I liked them. So after that, I just had her fix a few little things. This part is depending on your artist. It's the numbing cream. Scout, the girl that did my eyebrows, said that she likes to map out the brows first with the needle before she does the numbing cream. So she says it's about 15 minutes of microblading without any numbing cream, and then she will numb it. The reason for that is because, I don't know if this is from experience, but because I haven't seen any other microblading artists do this except Scout, but she said that if you put the numbing cream on first and then go into microblade, it could make the strokes blurry, it could mess up the pigment. I could be wrong, but I think that's what she was saying. Also, I feel like for the numbing cream to work, it also has to get in your skin a little bit, so that made sense to me that she would microblade first and then put numbing cream on. So that came with a little bit of pain. This is a few things that I haven't heard anyone say in a microblading video, and I've spent probably 5 hours over the past couple of years watching videos, maybe even more than that. And that is, one, you can hear every single stroke that they do in your eyebrow. You can hear it tearing your skin. It's not like a tattoo where it's like electric. So every single tear that the needle was putting in your skin, you could hear it, and it did sound exactly like tearing skin. I also feel like a lot of the sound was from going over my eyebrow hairs that were already there, like a needle on top of hair. It was just throwing me off because I didn't hear anyone talk about the sound, and that was a huge part of it. Like when you can hear it, it kind of makes it hurt a little worse. Another thing that no one talked about was every single stroke in like the front of the brows towards the inside made you feel like you have to sneeze. At first I was scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to tell her I'm gonna sneeze, but I never would. And the more she did it, I was like, okay, I'm not actually gonna sneeze, it just feels like it. And that was the same on both of my eyebrows. So up here in the front of the eyebrow, I felt like you had to sneeze every single time. And then when she got to like the tail of my eyebrow, that pain was a little more intense. It felt like she was on top of my eyelid. And I feel like that's partly because every single stroke they do, they need to make your skin tight. So they use one hand to like stretch your skin and then microneedle that. That sounds really uncomfortable. It's not that bad. I don't know if it's just me or everyone, but tattoos don't really hurt me. And the fourth tattoo I got, the biggest one I have in my arm, I asked the tattoo artist why it doesn't hurt. Like I could sit there all day, and she explained it so well. And I think it's the same thing with microblading. Normally when you get hurt, you're in pain, you like stub your toe, you get nothing out of it. You get like a broken toe, it sucks. But with tattoos and microblading, the pain is worth it because you're getting something out of it. So like you could sit there forever and get the tattoo or the microblading done. I don't know if that's just me, but for tattoos, for microblading, that's how it was. It was really painful, but I could still sit there all day and do it because I knew I was getting something out of it. If you have tattoos, it depends where you got them, but I would say microblading is a lot worse than a tattoo. I have tattoos on my ribs, my shoulder, my arm and my ankle, and it was worse than any of those. Just because your face is so tender, or at least my skin on my face is really sensitive, but I would do it over again in a heartbeat. Also, Scout was the only artist I've heard of that didn't numb your skin right away before any microblading, so chances are whoever you go to, they would numb your skin before. Next is not everybody can get your eyebrows microbladed depending on your skin type. I kind of mentioned this yesterday in the intro. If your skin is too oily, the microblading will not stay in your skin or on your skin, and if it's too dry. So your artist will be able to tell you if the skin is good for microblading. So after the 15 minutes, she just did the border of my brows. I believe that's kind of what I felt. And then a few strokes within the brow, and then she put the numbing cream on, and that stung so bad just for like a minute. And then she wiped it off, went back in with the microblading, and I felt zero pain at all. I didn't feel anything. That's where I could have sat there all day, because I did not feel a thing on my eyebrows. I just heard every single stroke she did on my skin. And then the stuff she used, it worked right away. Like when she would put the numbing cream on, she would wipe it off 5 seconds later after that initial application of the numbing cream, and it would kick in right away, but it would also wear off super fast. So I just told her every single time that I started feeling the microblading again. I honestly feel like I could have done the whole thing maybe without any numbing cream, because like I said, the pain is worth it. But yeah, she just re-numbed it every single time I started feeling something. So after she mapped out my brows and drew in the perimeter, I made sure everything looked good. We talked about color, and since I have such a common natural color of hair, it's just dirty blonde, I feel like it was super simple for her. I've seen in some videos they'll like put a few different colors on your forehead and you can look and see what you want, but for me she just said, I chose this color and your skin is this shade, so I added this color, and I trusted her. And they are, like I said, they are not the final color right now. They get darker for a few days. I'll go over that process in a little bit. So my appointment was from 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. and she did take that entire time. Like I said, the preparation took almost the longest. It took like half the time. Microblading took the second half, as well as talking about the aftercare and how to take care of them. So it is a really long appointment. So yeah, she mapped out my eyebrows, drew on the perimeter, I made sure everything looked good, talked about color, pain scale. It's worth it. You can do it. Just take deep breaths. Basically just felt like, if you've ever gotten sunburnt, it felt like maybe a scratch on a sunburn, just over and over again. But then once the numbing cream is on, you don't feel a thing. And like I said, your artist might do numbing cream from the very beginning, so no pain at all. It just depends. So then she spent a few hours filling in my eyebrows. When we were close to being finished, she had me look, let her know if there's anything I want to change, any extra strokes I want her to add in, and then the aftercare. I'm gonna go off of what is written on my sheet that they gave me. It's on the website, so I'm just gonna read off this a little bit so you know what to expect. So 30 minutes after she finished my microblading was when I got home, and that is when you use a wipe that they give you. And I've seen other places don't give wipes, like they just have you use a cotton pad or something at home, but I just had to dab my eyebrows and get all the pigment off. Then once that dried, I just went in with a Q-tip and a little bit of a ointment that they gave me, a tiny amount, and put that on my brows. And then every hour after that, 3 more times, I just repeated those steps. After you finish that, I don't ever need to go in with the wipe again. I just need to do that ointment 1 to 3 times a day on my eyebrows. If they're oily, you only need to do it once a day. If they're dry, like 3 times a day. I have watched some videos and people say on day 1, which is technically today, I think today's day 1 if I got them done last night. I think it's day 1 today. But a lot of people say they hurt and it kind of feels like a sunburn and they're dry. I feel none of that. It feels like my normal eyebrows. Maybe that's because I don't have dry skin. It's a little bit on the oilier side, so they're staying moisturized. That might have something to do with it. So for the next 10 days, I just apply the ointment 1 to 3 times a day, depending on how my eyebrows feel. So for 10 days, I cannot get my eyebrows wet. 10 to 14 days, however long it takes for all of the flaking that's going to happen in a few days, when all of that ends, I can get them wet. So I ordered on Amazon this face shield, and it sticks to your forehead and it goes over your eyes. It's clear, and it's for when you shower so that your eyebrows do not get wet. And those haven't come in yet, but for now I'm just gonna try not to get my face wet at all. I've been using a makeup wipe to remove any eye makeup, not wearing any face makeup because I don't want to have to worry about scrubbing like my forehead with water and cleanser and getting my eyebrows wet. I don't want to mess with that at all. Alright, so this next part is huge. It's what to expect for the 14 days of your eyebrows healing. I have showed my family this and talked about it, and my boyfriend, because I don't want to make them think I made a bad decision and my eyebrows look crazy. So this is huge. Before you get your eyebrows done, this is so important to know. It says day 1, they're a little bold, but I can dig it. The new tattoo might be a little uncomfortable, thick and dark, but still looking good. Days 2 through 5, yikes, pigment has oxidized and now appears much darker under the skin. The tattooed area is rigid, the shape is too thick, the color is too warm, especially for light-skinned clients with lighter hair. And she did tell me that they're probably gonna look super warm and turn like almost red color, but that will all go away when it finishes healing. Days 5 through 10, why am I a snake? Skin is lightly flaking, and depending on the technique performed, it may shed in chunks or little hair stroke pieces. Days 10 through 14, okay, now they're too light. Where did my eyebrows go? The tattooed area is done peeling, and the new skin underneath can sometimes hide the pigment or give a milky cast. As skin continues to regenerate, pigment resurfaces. Some clients don't go through this phase at all, so hopefully my eyebrows don't go away. So that is the healing process, up to 14 days. And then, so 4 weeks from yesterday when I got them done, I already have an appointment for a touch-up. Here, she will be able to see where pigment went away faster, or if there's anything I want to change, I can add her to add a few strokes in or make the arch more defined. And this appointment is another couple hours long. She said it should take like 2 hours maximum. Then after the touch-up, they're gonna take another week or 2 to heal again. You have to go through the same process over again. And then there's maintenance. Once your eyebrows fade at least 40%, which could take a year or longer, it's actually like minimum 1 year, you may have to go in for a touch-up where your eyebrows faded a little too much. So the biggest thing out of all of this is kind of the healing process, at least for me. I have to sleep on my back for 2 weeks and can get my eyebrows wet, and that's like the hardest part for me. I slept maybe an hour last night because I was so worried about laying on my side and ruining my eyebrows. Like I said, I'm not wearing face makeup because I don't even want to deal with trying to avoid water on my face when I'm washing it. To me, this is all worth it. The investment. I guess I could talk a little bit about pricing. I know some videos skip that, but that was a huge deal breaker for me, and it depends on the artist and where you go, where you live. But what I've noticed is the lowest is like $300, highest is like $600. You get what you pay for. Prices go up with experience. I went to someone who, when I booked, she was an apprentice, so she was on the cheaper side. She was almost out of her apprenticeship, so it wasn't as low as $300, but it wasn't as much as the owner, who was $600. And it was really nice for me because by the time my appointment, because I booked my appointment 2 months ago, so yesterday she had already completed her apprenticeship. She was on her own. She wasn't working with another artist, having to check every single move she made. And her prices have gone up, but since I booked when she was in her apprenticeship, so she didn't have 250 hours yet, I got her cheaper price. So that worked out really nice. Some people might be scared going to apprentice who doesn't have all of the experience, but for me, I saw her work and I thought it was amazing. Also, I kept saying anything is better than the eyebrows I had before, so I'm not super picky. I'm not a perfectionist. This is, maybe if this was like permanent the rest of my life, I would probably want to be with the owner of the place I went, but it should last 1 to 3 years. So yeah, I'm in day 1 to 2. I don't really know what to count today. So they are looking pretty bold and dark. It's gonna get worse as the week goes on. I actually took off work this weekend serving because I did not want to be so self-conscious about my eyebrows, and I don't know what step they're gonna be. That's days like 4 and 5 or 5 and 6 when I was scheduled to work, and that is when your eyebrows are looking rough. So the experience was amazing since my appointment was later in the day, 3:30 to 7. All the other artists left and clients, and the owner actually left, so it was just me, my artist, and we just turned on music that we both liked, and it was so much fun. The pain was so worth it, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Hope I didn't miss any details. I probably did because there's so much to know. This is a huge investment, but if there is anything that I missed, just comment and ask below and I'll answer every single question if there is any. I got one picture of my eyebrows during this process, and I'm seriously exposing myself here. This is the funniest picture ever. My mom asked for a photo and I hadn't even seen my eyebrows yet, and I opened the front camera and this is what I saw, and I just started laughing so hard. I did not know that I looked like that at the time during our 5-minute break. And then I'll also insert some pictures of right after when I got home. So for the next like 10 to 14 days, I will insert some clips of what my eyebrows are looking like so you know what to expect when they're healing. I'm not allowed to touch my eyebrows, so they might look a little crazy, but this is what they look like. We'll call today day 2. Alright, it is the next day. It's day 3. I will put a close-up of my brows in a second. There were just a few updates today. So the first thing, I could not remember if I mentioned this yesterday, but you cannot have any physical activity for at least 10 days because you want no moisture in your brows whatsoever. So like no steam in the showers and no working out. She said not even light activity. Every artist might be different, but she's like, I just would not chance it because if enough moisture gets in your eyebrows, the lines won't be as crisp and it could all blur together in just one blob, she said. So I'm not chancing that, but it is something that really sucks for me. I was on such a workout fitness kick, but it'll be worth it when my brows are all healed and done healing and they look super good. So yeah, until all of the scabs that are going to happen eventually and pigment comes off and it heals itself, I cannot have any physical activity whatsoever. And then the next thing I wanted to mention is these face shields that I found on Amazon. I'm so thankful I saw a microblading video where someone mentioned these because they are a lifesaver in the shower. This is what they look like. I just got a 50-pack on Amazon. I know that the place I got my brows done sells these, but they were way more expensive than Amazon, so I just waited for these to come. And I'll show you guys what these look like. If you get your eyebrows microbladed, you need these for sure. They also have packs of 100, but I am not taking 100 showers in the next 10 to 14 days, so I just got the 50-pack. So this is what it looks like, and you just peel off this white strip, and it looks crazy, but it saves your eyebrows in the shower since they cannot get wet. And so it's sticky up here after you take the strip off, and you just stick it on your forehead like that, and it protects your eyebrows. If you read the reviews on these, like 90% of the people buy these for when they get their eyebrows microbladed, at least on Amazon, and at least this brand that I saw. And everyone was saying it saved the brows because I can't imagine how hard it would be to keep your eyebrows dry your entire shower. That just seems impossible to me, especially if you're washing your hair. So, necessity, get these if you're getting your eyebrows microbladed. So not much different than yesterday, maybe a little bit darker. So far so good. No pain, no itching. I slept way better last night because I figured out how to sleep on my side without my eyebrows touching a pillow or anything. So I slept way better last night. And yeah, this healing process is the easiest thing ever. So far, I know it's going to get worse, and the shedding phase and that nasty phase is coming in a few days. So far, I still love them, and I'm so happy that I invested in this, and yeah, I will keep you updated when I see changes in my brows. It might be tomorrow or the next day, but I love them. Also, if my lashes look different than yesterday, it's because I did these like at-home eyelash extensions. I figured it was a perfect time since I'm not getting my eyes and my eyebrows wet. So I thought I would try them out. I'm obsessed. I might make a video on these at-home eyelash extensions too. Okay, so I just noticed the first little change in my eyebrows, but the weird thing is it's been 7 days and they've looked like this the entire time, just like I got them done a day ago. So yes, it is day 7. I just noticed the first change in my brows, and I don't even know if you can see it on camera, but I think the first part of the healing process is finally happening, and that is right here on the end. You can see kind of a piece missing, like in the tail here. I don't even know if the camera will pick it up, but I have noticed they've been super, like, not oily, but not dry at all, not uncomfortable. I've barely been applying any of the skin candy, it's called, the little jelly type thing that they gave me to apply to my brows 1 to 3 times a day, it says, but they have been so like moisturized on their own. I haven't added barely any of that, so I am a little worried because I've mentioned so many times, if your eyebrows are too oily, the pigment won't stay in your skin. So I'm a little worried about that, to be honest, but I'm hoping now they'll start healing and honestly like flaking off like they're supposed to, because I'm getting kind of worried. It's day 7 and they've looked like this the entire time. Maybe that means I'm taking good care of them. I don't know. It is day 8 and I'm actually seeing some differences in my brows now. Not huge, but I think they're finally starting to go through the healing process and there's starting to be a little bit of flaking, and I don't know if that's because I couldn't stand sleeping on my back all night anymore. I'm so tired of it after 8 days, so I kind of gave up last night and slept on my side on my pillow. You're not supposed to do that, but I think they are healing like they're supposed to now. It's kind of hard to see when I just do this, so I was gonna brush like my natural eyebrow hair out of the way, and then you can see where the pigment is kind of coming off. It's mostly on this eyebrow, and you're not even supposed to touch them, so I have to be careful, but you can kind of see that the pigment is not all the way there anymore. It's still a really light flaking, so you can barely see it on camera, but when they change, I will update you guys some more. But today is day 8 of the process. Alright, day 10, almost day 11, and we are starting the healing process. You can see that they're getting a little bit patchy, not this one as much. I see a little bit up there and then on the outside here. But I'm still in love with my eyebrows. I still think this is the best decision ever, and I can't wait till they're like fully finished, like after my touch-up appointment in 4.5 weeks. And yeah, I'm obsessed. It's so nice to wake up in the morning and have my eyebrows done. I can't even explain. Alright, it's time for another update because I'm seeing more changes in my eyebrows. We're definitely getting into like the full swing of the healing process. The healing process definitely took longer for me than a lot of other videos I've seen. I'm not sure why. I kind of think it's because I had really oily skin like the whole week after I got my brows done, so it was keeping them really moisturized and preventing them from peeling and flaking off like they are now. They are not looking too cute right now. They've started to get dry and flake, so I just applied the jelly I was given to put on them. But here is what they are looking like. Of course, I have work tonight, so I need to figure out a way to cover this up somehow or distract people from seeing my brow because it looks pretty bad. I know it's gonna get worse in the next few days. Thank gosh I have nowhere to be. So I'll probably be vlogging more these next couple days because I have a feeling they're gonna get worse every day because they have the past couple days. Because they have been getting worse the past couple days. Very slowly, but they're healing. I cannot wait till they're fully healed and I can like wash my face again. I'm so excited for being able to get my eyebrows wet in the shower. And I will say, last night at work, it was the first time I've like seen people really since I got my eyebrows done, and I got 3 compliments on my eyebrows, so that was awesome. I told all of them, just wait till they're fully healed and they will look even better. Day 14, they are looking really bad. I know this is what they're supposed to do, but I just get nervous that either my skin's too oily or I haven't been taking proper care of them. I just get nervous that the pigment is not going to come back, but this is all part of the process, so not too scared yet. All right, day 17. This video was literally supposed to be 2 weeks long, but my healing process started so late that it's day 17 and I still got quite a ways to go in the healing process. I might as well keep this video going until my touch-up, which is 6 weeks after your initial appointment, or that's what's recommended, because this is taking so long. They're looking really good. They're super dry and flaky. You might be able to see on camera, but I still need some pigment to come off before I can get them wet. There are places where pigment came off and it was that process where it looks like too much pigment is gone and like you're missing part of your eyebrow, but that's already come back to the surface and filled in again. So really loving how they look. This process is taking a long time. Definitely a con of microblading, but I'm obsessed and I love them. I'm being as patient as I can be. Since they are getting so dry, I'm applying the salve that they gave me like 2 to 3 times a day. But yeah, day 17. I will keep updating you guys. Hello again. It's time for an update. Today marks 3 weeks since my appointment and they are officially done peeling and flaking and healing for now. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, I think was the last day that I noticed any peeling, and then last night I got them wet for the first time. I was in the shower and I washed my face and I didn't wear my shield or anything since all of the healing was done. And oh my gosh, I love my eyebrows. So I have no makeup on them. I woke up and this is what they look like. I will insert some before and after photos. Like, are you kidding? This has been my brow goals like my whole life. So yeah, I couldn't be happier. I will give you guys a close-up and then I have decided to keep this video going until I'm all healed, like from my touch-up appointment in 3 weeks. So then I can give you guys like the full effect and the whole entire process. So here are my finished brows. If I brush through them a little bit, you can see some spots that will need to be touched up, like in the front here, and then also in the tail of this brow I noticed quite a bit of pigment did not stay. But overall, I could not be happier that these are my natural brows. For the next couple of years, I just get to wake up and they look like this. But yeah, even after the touch-up, they'll look better. And I already know some things I'm gonna ask her to do. For example, I feel like this side needs to come in a little bit more and be more like up and down, so it matches this one perfectly. Maybe the tail could be a little bit longer. I also wouldn't mind, it might be too late, I'm gonna check at my touch-up, but a little bit darker. I would not be mad about, because they are gonna fade over the years. But yeah, so with my experience, it took 3 full weeks to completely heal, and now I have an appointment again in 3 weeks where she'll touch up anything, fix anything I don't like, go through the same healing process. I'm sure it won't be as bad and as long, but I'm already looking forward to that. But I probably won't see you guys for another couple weeks until my touch-up appointment. Good morning. I just got to my eyebrow touch-up appointment It is March 8th, exactly 6 weeks ago today was my initial appointment. I'm really excited for today to get the final touches on my brows, and I don't have to come back for like 2 or 3 years, hopefully. So this is what they're looking like with no products at all. I'd say they look pretty good. My skin was super oily last time, so they faded quite a bit, but I thought it would be worse. I do have quite a few spots I want her to fill in and some little changes I want to make to my brows. I can't wait to show you guys what they look like after. I don't really know much about this touch-up appointment. When I watched hundreds of microblading videos, they rarely included their touch-up appointment, so I don't know how long this takes. I don't know if the healing process is the same as the first time, like the same length. Not sure, but I will let you guys know and keep bringing you along. Uh-oh. I remember in a video they said not to drink coffee because it's like a natural blood thinner, so you bleed more? Uh-oh. I'm gonna stop drinking that and we're gonna switch to water. I think I have like 5 minutes till I can go in there. But yeah, I'm so excited. I will show you guys what they look like afterwards. Oh my gosh. Someone tell me why that was the worst pain I've been in so long. I feel like I could cry right now. Oh my god, my eyes have been watering for like an hour straight. I'm so confused. Why did that hurt 100 times worse than the first time? Beauty is pain. Oh my god. If you have like a really low pain tolerance, 0 out of 10 would recommend that. Okay, I'll stop complaining for a sec. Look at these freaking brows. Like, I get to wake up with these brows every day. I'm so happy. To me, all the pain was worth it because my eyebrows are like the #1 thing that I've disliked about my face. So I think what the problem was this time, like why it hurt so bad, was she did numbing cream one time in the past hour and a half, and the numbing cream lasts 10 minutes. I don't know if she forgot, I don't know if she was waiting for me to say something, but I basically just did a whole freaking face tattoo without numbing cream. I said this before, but I have 4 tattoos. I have a tattoo on my ribs, I have a tattoo on my ankle bone, half my arm here, my shoulder. Microblading is 100 times worse. I'm gonna drive home now. I'll update you guys some more when I get home, but oh my gosh, look at my freaking brows. I love them. Okay, so the process of healing is the same exact as what I did 6 weeks ago. So no working out and no getting my eyebrows wet in the shower or getting wet at all. If I do shower, they're supposed to be like cold, so there's no steam that would get my brows wet. So 30 minutes after the appointment, you take one of the wipes that they give you and go over your brows with it, and then get a clean Q-tip and just use this like salve that they give you and put it on your brows. I do not miss doing this, but I think she said every couple hours after this, what I'm doing right now, I do the same thing. So I wipe again and then put the salve on. So I do that every 2 hours till I run out. There's only 4 pads in here, so 3 more times after this, and then just the salve once or twice a day, however I feel I need it. I feel like this is gonna burn because it's just like a bunch of cuts on my face. Ow. Yep, it burns. So today I told her I would like my brows to be longer on my face. I just felt like they were too short and more of an arch. She also went a shade darker this time because they did fade quite a bit. So I'm loving them. This is exactly what I wanted. I'm really thankful she was able to do those little things that I was hoping for. But yeah, I really hope if you get your eyebrows microbladed that they use more numbing cream than she used, because I don't want to go through that pain again. It was still worth it, like I keep saying, because I love my brows, but jeez, that hurt. So barely any pigment came off on there. And I'm just going to put, they said like a grain of rice amount, but is that per eyebrow? Or for both brows? I can't remember. But last time my brows were so like oily the whole time, which is kind of why they faded so much, so I'm not going to use that much at all. Give you guys a close-up of my brows. Alright, so far the healing process is exactly the same as the first time around, which I pretty much expected, but it has been 13 days since my touch-up appointment and nothing has changed at all, except tonight I started noticing when I put my hydrating stuff on my brows with a Q-tip, I noticed that they were starting to like peel off a little bit, or like part of the microblading strokes were on the Q-tip. So I'm guessing this week they will look really bad during the healing process, and a week from now they will probably be finished healing and all good to go. I still have not gotten them wet, and I'm so tired of showering with that shield on. But I'm really thankful I watched a video where she talked about those, because cannot imagine showering every day without putting that shield on my brows, because that's the only thing preventing them from getting wet. But I'll give you guys a close-up, and then I will continue to update you throughout the week when they're healing. Alright, it's actually been a few weeks since I last showed you guys my eyebrows. I was waiting and waiting for them to start like healing and peeling and changing, but nothing ever happened. Like, it was a whole different experience from my initial appointment. So it was really easy and really nice. There was no peeling, no shedding, and my brows are officially done healing, and I'm so obsessed with my natural eyebrows now. There are just like a few spots that aren't perfect. My girl who did my brows said if I ever want anything touched up, just let her know and I can go in and she'll touch up anything I want. But I'm so happy with them. Like, these are my eyebrows with zero makeup, and I could not be happier. This is exactly what I wanted. I'll show you guys a close-up, but when I do wear a full face of makeup, I just fill in like very few spots. I just add like a few brush hair strokes and add some eyebrow gel, and it literally takes 2 seconds, so I could not be any happier. Like right here could use a little touch up, and maybe a little bit over here.